Members, hello. Welcome to Wednesday? Member Wednesday? Yeah, Member Wednesday.
Member Wednesday.
Today's Member Wednesday.
Member Wednesday. You're getting taller, by the way.
I'm standing on an apple box. So it would look weird if I was down here, which is where I'm actually.
Actual height?
Actual height I want to be.
Well, you're growing up.
Thank you. So, so we just filmed a video for everybody where we talked about a few gear and gadgets that we've got in the studio right now to review, but really that we're testing out for actually using in the field for work. So today we are going to talk about some of the projects that we are working on that aren't necessarily, gear related. They're just kind of other little random projects that we have going on. So, you want to get us started?
Sure. Let's see. A couple weeks ago, you reviewed the File Gear, little file management cloud, personal cloud. It's sitting right down there in our stuff. And just some insider information here. It was a sponsored video, and that was disclosed in the description of the video. And we met that commitment, and as you guys know, we won't do a sponsored video if we don't love the product. We try the product first, then we decide if we're going to go ahead and do it. In that case, we decided we want to go ahead and do it. So one of a couple sponsorships we're going to talk about in this video is I actually reached out to File Gear. Everything's done. We met our commitment. I actually reached out to them and said, how can we be an affiliate? They're a very small company, a new company. They don't have like an affiliate program yet. But we actually said so many people need to know about this. The response was certainly good from the sponsored video, but I feel like we can reach more people and actually help more people be more organized like we are with this amazing little device. So that's one thing. I don't know if they're going to write back. I told them to take their time and think about different possibilities. We certainly don't want to be pushy, but they're really onto something there. And I kind of feel bad for them because if it was like the Sony File Gear or something like that, they wouldn't be able to keep them in stock. They're a company that has to build a reputation from scratch. We can certainly appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And I want to figure out if we can help them and be productive with them and be a partner with them at the same time. So that's one thing. Another thing that you're talking about working with on a personal project is Storyblocks video.
Yes.
So tell us what you're doing there.
Storyblocks contacted us about doing a sponsored spot. And I was like, hey, I remember them. They used to be called Video Blocks. And I did work with them years ago. And I really liked it. It's stock video with a couple of other things thrown in, like some After Effects templates and stuff. And I used it a little bit back then, and I did recommend it because it is a cool idea. But I actually had this brainstorm kind of after they contacted us again that I could actually use this for a personal project that I'm doing right now. And I did share this project with you all, 2 or 3 weeks ago in Member Monday. I am working on digitizing old home movies of mine that are on VHS. And so the first thing that I thought of was I lived in Georgia for a time when I was young, and we almost have no footage from Savannah. I lived right outside of Savannah. So we have almost no footage of River Street or things like that, if any of you are familiar with Savannah. And I thought, there might be something in Storyblocks that I could use. Maybe it's not River Street. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's not River Street. Maybe it's not, specific Savannah or Georgia even landmarks, but the forest. Maybe
something
there's
that
some
inspires the look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe there's some good forest footage. Maybe there's a house that kind of looks like mine did or something. I thought some rain. I don't know, rain in the
Crickets.
Forest.
Aren't there a lot of insects and frogs and
we
stuff?
We had tree frogs.
Maybe there's reptiles and amphibians.
We had tree frogs it was bad. But anyway, so I thought that's one thing that I could use it for in my own work. That's just one little tiny thing. I thought there's a lot of different things that I could do with this, and that maybe you all could do with it as well. So I did go ahead and agree to doing another little spot with them.
I like your angle on that, because I was locked in when we were talking to them. I was locked into thinking that we're going to show people how they can use stock video on their YouTube channel, because we would be using it. If we were using it, and I expect we will be more, we'd be using it on our YouTube channel. And then you said, well, wait a minute, I can use it on this personal project, this and that. And I didn't listen to you at first. And then my ear turned back up. And I said, oh, wait a minute. Not everybody that we're out there communicating with is like thinking in terms of a YouTube channel and putting themselves out there publicly with a, video podcast type thing or production video. Certainly many of you are, and we've seen some of your great work, but the rest of us, ourselves included, sometimes are just trying to put more of a personal project together, which is why we're out there with our camera, which is why we're out there with our gear and gadgets and stuff like that. I get locked into like everything's about YouTube.
Well, for me, I actually did think of a YouTube use for me as well, which is kind of something I talked about, I think, the first time I worked with them, which is, for example, I'm headed to Yellowstone, right? We're going to the Yellowstone Snow Lodge. So I actually searched in Storyblocks for Yellowstone Snow Lodge. Now, they don't actually have any snow footage at the Yellowstone Snow Lodge, but they do have a lot of Yellowstone footage in general. And they also have like snow footage. So I thought, oh, if I were to be unveiling that trip now, I could use some of that footage in my video and say, this is where I'm going, just to make it a more interesting video. And, it wouldn't be my footage, and I'd probably put it, in the corner or something, but, not my footage. But anyway, yeah, we've talked enough about Storyblocks. Well, that's one fairly small project, but I just keep thinking of kind of new ways that something like that is pretty handy.
Well, it's B-roll that we didn't have to go capture, so it fits right in with that goal. One thing that I'm working with, and I'm going to show this to everybody next Wednesday, is we have a lens that we haven't told anybody that we got, because it's for a personal project. I
don't know that I told them about it or not.
You didn't tell them? We have a new lens from Nikon. We have a Nikon 60mm f2.8 micro lens. And the reason for that, it's an f-mount lens. Why are we buying f-mount lenses? Well, it's super compatible. It has the right focusing distance and the right focal length for the Nikon ES2 slide /film copier adapter thing. We do have a film scanner. The workflow is tedious.
Digitizer.
The ES2 digitizer. It doesn't digitize anything, but the Nikon D850 has some capability to invert a negative in camera. You really don't need that. You don't even need this setup. It's just elegant. You're taking a picture of a slide or negative with diffused light behind it using this device. It's like 15 feet away from me. I'm not going to go grab it, but I'll show it off next Wednesday. And so far, I've just done a couple slides with it. I didn't get into negatives yet because slides are just handy to drop into the little thing. And I used the Z6, which isn't our highest resolution camera. That's the Z7 now. So I'm going to use the Z7 when I do them for real. But I used the Z6 because I had it handy. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I went, because I have the buttons assigned the way that I do for manual focusing, is I zoomed right in on I think it's some old Ektachrome slides. And I got that little shiver. I got that sensation of seeing the slide up close, looking at it in the camera with window light behind it. I could really see the beautiful colors and the very fine but present grain texture as well. And it was, like I said, it gave me a little shiver, and it felt wonderful to be able to take these slides and not only capture them digitally, which you can do with a lot of different scanners, including a Canon scanner that we have, but to have the same workflow as just actually have taken a picture. Obviously, with negatives, there's an extra step, and you might be doing more color correction with negatives. But again, it's not entirely different than having taken that picture with the camera in the first place. So we both have slides and film. I've got more slides. She's got more film. We're going to work our way through that. But along the way, I don't know if we'll do a full review of it, but we'll at least next Wednesday, I'll show you the process, how I drop a slide in, shift it over, take a picture, drop another slide in, shift it over. It's pretty elegant when you have it all going.
What else are we working on? We're working with
too many things.
A company who prints, a printer.
We think, maybe.
I think so. I won't say the name.
Sometimes the communication kind of gets a little bit lost.
And then who else are we working with right now?
A special conversion inspired by Ted Forbes.
Oh, yeah.
We think. Got to touch base on that.
It's tough over the holidays when you're working with companies. You never know who is in the office, who's not in the office, how long they're out of the office. Anyway, so some things are a little bit in the air, but that's okay.
They've got our camera, that's all.
Fingers crossed. What else? I also have other random projects going on that aren't necessarily with companies. I've got the Yellowstone Snow Lodge is coming up, and I'm really starting to make plans for what gear we're going to bring for, like camera and, photo and video gear, but also the gear that we're going to bring, like the snowshoes and
how many pairs of socks
and things like that. So, I did a video a while back on cold weather shooting, which kind of helped me to kind of organize in my mind the types of things that I was going to want to bring. That was kind of my ulterior motive for making that video. But yeah, so that's kind of one of the big projects that's coming up. Yeah.
Good.
Got anything else?
No, I think the new video schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Raymond taking the lead on Wednesdays.
Have we talked about that?
You talked about that in your 2019 video?
Sort of. I didn't give specifics. The idea, or did I?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Well, let's just do it again. So basically, yeah, Monday's
all you.
Me.
Everybody and members. Mm-hmm. Wednesday is led by me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes member content. 2 a week was killing me. And you do like 3 a week. And then Fridays is the capstone projects that we've both worked on, where we might both be on camera, maybe not. Yeah. And the focus being the final product on Friday. So on Wednesday, we might be talking about Friday. What did I just say? Wednesday? It's the cold medicine. On Monday, or I said men's day or something. On Monday and Wednesday, we might be talking about what we're doing for that Friday or for the next Friday, for those big deal videos. Instead of having these scattered topics, we were doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we were running it like 2 separate channels, but I was stealing your time. We were going to die. So not actually die. That was morbid, but we were going to burn out. So you came up with a really good plan. You were almost hesitant because I know that I liked having 2 shows, but it was a week, but it was killing me. Yeah. So, and the quality goes down.
Yeah. You didn't mention members on Friday. Typically, there will be something for members on Friday, too.
Except...
since we're talking to members.
Yes. Except when there's not. But there mostly will be.
Yeah.
Okay. But not this week with the Leica Q.
This week, there was the Leica Q review, which will go up on probably Friday, maybe Saturday if, things don't go very well. And there just wasn't enough stuff for me to do a separate video. So... yeah. And typically, I'm actually hoping that these Friday videos, these capstone projects, I like that word, they're not going to be reviews. I want the review to be something that leads up to something else, because the reviews just don't excite me anymore. And they never really did excite me, but I know that you all like them, so that makes me happy. So... so I've just been doing them.
Well, the gear that you're reviewing can be also part of an end goal, which becomes the project, the capstone project. Yeah. So I think it's good.
Yeah. So, well, that's that. Oh, I have another project that I
Oh my
wanna
gosh,
work on.
we're going to die.
One more. One
No,
more
we're
that
going
I'll
to burn
talk
out.
about.
We're not going to die.
Yeah. So the last one was an adventure video, and I really don't know what this adventure is going to look like exactly. I don't know the location of it, but I found the perfect music, and and I am like, I have to do an adventure to this music. So it's funny because you all ask about inspiration and how to get inspiration and stuff like that. I was on Epidemic Sound, which I pay for a monthly subscription to, and I just came across this one song, and it clicked in my head how the adventure would play out, and really, you know, what I wanted to do. I don't have a full picture yet, like I said, but this music, I was just like, everything lit up for me.
I like it. I like it. The music came first and then fit the adventure around it. Mm-hmm. Cool. Good inspiration.
Thank you.
All right. Let's wrap it up.